Welcome to the first episode of A LuvLee Momma. My name is Alicia and I'm a single mom. I have a 4-year-old son and a crazy but loving big dog. They really are best buddies and partners in making chaos around here. Disclaimer: it is more likely than not that you will be hearing them in the background or interrupting recording sessions, but that's the life of this lovely mama. Additionally, we are both currently recovering from being sick with COVID right now, so there might be echoes of coughs in the background or the television or my son playing, and I may have to take breaks here and there to check on him or get him something that he needs, but that's just, mom life, toddler life stuff. So, to tell you a little bit about myself, I have always been a workaholic, usually working multiple jobs and having many side projects. I constantly have a million ideas, and I'm always trying to connect people with solutions to streamline their lives or businesses and help run things more efficiently. I really like learning about stocks, crypto, and I'm super interested in this new metaverse. I'm also very much into monetizing social media, generating multiple streams of income, especially passive income. Um, I really like budgeting and finding ways to save money or make cash back on what I'm already spending so that I can really maximize my finances. I love learning about universal laws and the law of attraction, quantum physics, and I tend to think about alternate universes and realities a lot. I'm deeply esoteric, so I'm into symbolism, numerology, astrology, crystals, and anything metaphysical. And I'm always burning candles, incense, essential oils, and I also like to make little blends. Of body oils or perfumes on a whim, like little custom blends. I'm actually starting this podcast because of a class that I'm taking at school. Again, another disclaimer. I would like to pre-apologize in advance because this is all new to me. These are new equipment, tools, and it's a new platform that I'm learning to use. So I'm hoping that it can only get better from here. And I hope that you enjoy listening to my experiences through life and the things that I choose to talk about here. And I also hope to hear from you guys as well. You're listening to A LuvLee Momma, the podcast where I share my experience as a boy mom navigating everyday life with conscious parenting intentions while being vegan, holistic, and a bit of a mystic. Stay tuned for the rest of this episode and make sure you subscribe. I'm currently juggling a ton of projects on top of being a mom and having all of the responsibilities that go along with that. So, out of everything, just to touch on a few, I am a realtor and I also work in the nightlife. I went back to working in the nightlife again. I also sell a vegan makeup and skincare product online. I'm in school full time. I'm trying to put together a couple of children's books. I'm kicking around an idea about putting together a planner or like calendar date book that combines all of the esoteric things that I like and I'm interested in, such as numerology, the phases of the moon, astrology, and all of that. So just a few of like the many projects and things that I have on my plate right now. As I said, like on top of being a mom, having a house and to a whole house to take care of and meal preparations every day, taking my son to preschool and his extracurricular activities on top of everything else that I'm trying to do, as well as like kick off this like affiliate marketing and podcasting work. So to get into real estate and tell you some more details about that, as I mentioned, I'm currently a realtor, although I have not had as much time to dedicate to the job as I would like in the most recent 2 years. I did start the real estate classes soon after I found out that I was pregnant, mainly because I was thinking about how I wanted the ability to make money while I was working mostly from home with a baby. And also, I had been interested in getting my real estate license since 2008 when I first bought my house. I really um, enjoyed the process, and I wanted to, help other people do that. I saw all of the investment opportunities in real estate, and I've been trying to talk everybody around me for years into buying investment properties. Anyways, so real estate is a lot of hard work, and anybody who works in real estate will tell you that. They may even try to coerce you into not getting involved in real estate because of the amount of hard work that it is. It is kind of demanding. And it is commission only work, which can be really expensive when you're not actually making money from it, because you have monthly and annual dues, marketing costs, as well as continuing education classes that are required prior to your biannual license renewals. At least here in Rhode Island, I'm not sure how other states work, how often you need to renew your license. So the first couple of years, I had put everything that I could into my new career in real estate. And I took a lot of internet leads with a previous office, and most of them just didn't turn out to be ready, willing, and able buyers. They were people that just wanted to look at the homes that were on the market. So that was a waste of resources for me personally, because I needed to have a sitter watching my son when I left. My time was money, and also the gas money that it took to get there, because I didn't have any other sources of income at the time when I first started in real estate. I did have some contracted clients throughout the last few years, but they just didn't reach a closing. Either they changed their minds about wanting to buy, or they changed jobs, which when you change your income status that way, that can change your ability to get approved. They might have gone back to school, so then they had their student loans changed their pre-approval amount or their eligibility, um, or they bought a car, which changes the credit history report. Your credit report needs time to recover from that. Or they just didn't find the perfect home for what they wanted to spend. And all of those things that I previously mentioned would impact their pre approval amount and what they actually wanted to spend. A lot of people had mentioned to me, maybe it's just not the job for you. Why don't you just get a regular office job again? You had a corporate job for 10 years, but I refuse to give up on real estate, because I know that when my availability opens up more, my opportunities will change with it. And real estate can be a very lucrative career. With the right property, one transaction could bring a check that is equivalent to an annual corporate salary. Even with smaller, more frequent transactions, there's potential to make what would be a corporate annual salary within a month or two of working real estate. So that means that you have to be really good about budgeting your finances when you are paid, because as with any other service industry business, there are peaks and valleys within the different seasons of the year in real estate as well. As I mentioned before, I did spend some time in a smaller office that didn't have monthly dues, and the commission splits were set up in tiers. So you could choose which tier you wanted to be involved at when you sign your contract. I signed on for the bottom tier, which meant that it cost me nothing to be a part of that office while I was there. My marketing costs were covered by the brokerage, but it also meant that the split for the transactions with the brokerage would remain at 50-50 until I re signed my contract, changing my tier. So at this level, the office gave me internet generated leads, which the front desk would assign to each realtor depending on their availability for the showings, and also depending on their experience in real estate as well. Now I am with a national real estate company, and while I do have a monthly fee, I'm not wasting my time with internet leads anymore, although I do have the option to take those on if I want to. So with this company, the splits were recently altered, and they are much better than they were before. So if you're not familiar with the commission and how splits work, in real estate, I'll try to explain this for you. So basically, in a real estate transaction, there is the buyer's agent and the brokerage that they work with, their office, basically. So the commission that the buyer's agent is paid from the sale gets split between those two. And then there's also the seller's agent and the seller's brokerage, the office that they've listed under. And so the seller's commission gets split between them and the broker. Now, the split could be, as I had mentioned before, at the 50-50, or some offices might do 60-40 or 70-30, 80-20, so on and so forth. And, sometimes with my current office, if you reach a cap, which is a certain amount that is paid to the brokerage throughout the course of the year, then from that moment until your anniversary date, you get to keep 100% of your commissions. So the splits and the portion of your commission that you actually are paid from each transaction can vary depending on the brokerage that you are listed under and what level of commission tiers you may be under, or what their compensation plan may be. This company that I work for now also has a profit sharing plan. So if you bring other realtors into the brokerage, the company will share a percentage of the profit from the sales, anyone in their downline, with you. So that percentage of the profit doesn't come from the sale, doesn't come from that person's portion. It comes from the company's profit, just so people understand that. And the best part is, after remaining with the brokerage for 3 years, if you decide to leave, retire, or break away to start your own brokerage, you still get to collect your profit shares for as long as your downline also remains with the company. Obviously, all of these reasons have kept me with not only wanting to stay with this new national company that I work with now, but also remaining in the real estate industry. Bottom line is that once I become an established realtor and I've had the opportunities and transactions, the actual bottom line is what makes it worth all of the hard work and the patience. Since I have all of these fees and just the general cost of living that needs to be covered, as mentioned, I am back to working in the nightlife industry to make ends meet. I was a bartender for over 10 years and finally went back in 2019 when my resources were completely depleted with everything that I was trying to establish for myself for the first 2 years. Financially, there are good nights and bad nights at work, so it can be inconsistent income, and there are times when I can't work because I don't have a sitter. But so far, at least I have enough to get by. There are obviously also times when I can't work because either myself or my son are sick, especially lately in the last few months, and with the COVID restrictions and requirements. The hours are late, and my shift also starts kind of late, so that kind of makes up for it because I still have almost the whole day to get other things done or focus on real estate work. When I did have homes to show, it was easy to schedule the showings in before I had to report to work. So those two professions kind of fit together really nicely. And I still get to spend the day with my son, although it can be physically demanding and leave you exhausted, especially if you have a little one that wakes you up only after a few hours after you've showered and gone to bed. Working in the nightlife fits in really well when you're trying to establish multiple streams of income. I am also in school full-time studying Ayurvedic wellness and integrative medicine. So I graduate in June 2022 with my bachelor's. I also plan to continue school to obtain my master's and doctorate. So my whole experience with school really just speaks to my soul, and I believe that it is part of my life's mission. I've always loved the concept of holistic wellness and using diet, exercise, lifestyle, herbs, and supplements to stay healthy. And to find this school and this path when I did has been such a blessing for me. Before I became pregnant, I knew that I wanted to be a life coach and spiritual advisor. And now I know that having this educational background will help me to make that dream successfully come to fruition. I have been using my knowledge and skills to help family and friends with things here and there, but I haven't been charging them as clients. I do have an LLC set up now so that I can start officially taking clients, and when I graduate in June, my fees will be adjusted higher to reflect that. And I constantly have ideas about making Instagram and TikTok reels and content for social media regarding my Ayurvedic journey and the knowledge that I'm gaining. And I can't wait to actually put those ideas and videos together and then share them. So I definitely want to take some time to talk about them here as well. And from this point, I would actually like to touch on the Lime Life sales that, or selling Lime Life, I should say, the social retail opportunity that I've been exploring. So, Lime Life is a vegan and all natural makeup and skincare line, and they use a lot of organic and essential oils in their products. And recently, when I was taking my aromatherapy classes, I was not really surprised, but super like impressed to find that a lot of the essential oils that are used in the Lime Life products are truly scientifically linked to the outcomes that they're intended for, such as like, the oils that have anti-aging properties and things. So I'm super excited about that, but I'm not going to get into too much about Lime Life here because one of the episodes that I plan on doing regularly will be Manifesting Money Mondays, and that will be about different ways that you can manifest money in your life, whether you want to sign up and also sell Lime Life too, or you want to sign up to do some cash back programs like Rakuten or Ibotta and Shopkicks. So there are many apps and tools and things that I've used to try to, as mentioned before, maximize my finances. So Mondays will be dedicated to those topics and those things. So I would love to hear from other moms about things that they do to try to make money from home and what has worked for them, what hasn't worked, especially regarding affiliate marketing and how to build a following so that you can actually monetize your social media platform and how to do that organically. I will get into more about Lime Life on Mondays. So I just want to wrap up this episode reminding you again that this podcast is one project amongst many that I have been dreaming about and trying to manifest some very specific things for myself and my son, and now it is being born from a podcasting class that I'm taking. I'm learning how to use these technical tools, so the show quality will evolve over time. As with everything in life, practice makes perfect. I am hoping that this show will connect me with other like-minded parents and other parents that are juggling multiple things in their life as well, and that they will hear my stories and find inspiration to take action in their own lives that will help their families in some way. I'm still working on figuring out a structure for future episodes, but of course, being a mom and constantly juggling different projects will mean that I'm probably going to have moments when I'm all over the place, or I may have to take breaks for interruptions from my son or the dog. And I also have a ton of different interests that I might talk about. So I hope that you stick around and enjoy the show. And more than anything, I hope you find some inspiration to attempt whatever it is that you want to do within your own life. So thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to LuvLee Momma. If you like this episode, please remember to like, follow, and subscribe, and turn on your notifications to get alerts for new episodes. You can head over to my Linktree /A LuvLee Momma to follow or subscribe to my other social media handles, as well as click on referral links for services that will usually include a bonus for me and you. Thank you again. Blessings.